Hello, and welcome to this special episode of I'm the Tigers, where I'm delighted to be joined by another guest who I will allow to introduce themselves now.
Hi, I'm Ashley and I'm 19.
Hello, great to meet you, Ashley. And would you like to tell everybody who we're going to be or which team we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, we're talking about Tigers too.
Lovely stuff, Tigers too. So we'll start out with what I think is going to be a pretty simple question to answer. So last season was.
Um, well, I think last season the lads played pretty well. I mean, they've managed to win the league, the cup, and the playoffs, which I think is brilliant. And um, I think last season we also had some really good signings, and um, I also liked how all the lads worked together, and how we also had young players because it's good for them to improve their skills and stuff.
Yeah, very much so. I think there was a pretty good blend in the end of some young players and some more experienced players, shall we say. Perfect. Lovely. Okay. So that was last season, which was granted not quite, but pretty close to perfect. This season, though, will be different because.
Um, well, I mean, it will be a lot different because we've moved up a league now, and so there's going to be a lot more challenges. Whereas from last season, where um, we were winning every game and stuff. Like for example, like hold on, um, yeah. So like with the D side Ducks game, the first game we played against them, where we won, I think it was like 24-4 or
Mm,
something.
yeah.
But I also think that um, if we were to stay in that league, then there wouldn't be a lot of competition. So I think that'll be good for the lads, so they can have a bit more um competition in this league.
Yeah, agreed. I think realistically, over the past couple of seasons for the Tigers too, it's pretty much been competition has come from Sutton, and those two have been well ahead of everybody else in the league. So yeah, I think it's a good step up in terms of competition, and also hopefully for just for Telford Tigers in general, with there being less of a gap between the two teams, perhaps. Tigers 2, still a bit of a work in progress in terms of signings and the announcement of signings. But for the signings that have been announced so far, who are you most looking forward to seeing?
Um, I mean, one of them, which I'm not sure if we've signed yet or not, um, but if we haven't signed him yet, I would like to see Luca again, because as well, but we've got Howells with D2 in this season,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of looking forward to them playing together, and then with Stanton as well. I think him and Luca do play really well together, so it'll be good um if Luca is signed again. But
Yeah, that would be a pretty strong line at that level, I think. And of course, Luca and Howes both played together quite a lot on the same line with the National League side, with Mackenzie being the third on that line. So yeah, I think in North One that could see the lamp lit a few times somehow. Okay, so we just talked a little bit there about players that we're looking forward to seeing. The flip side, it happens to every team. Players depart. Who do you think has been the biggest loss?
um, I'm not too sure really. Um, one of them which I don't think we've signed again, Connor McNaughton.
Mm.
Um, he was he was a quite a good player for D2, but also like I know that we have signed Ben Washburn, but um, I've seen on Facebook how he's not going to be playing till 2026, I think.
Yeah.
But so I think that'll be a bit of a loss for the first part of the season.
Yeah, I mean, great to have him coming back partway through the season. What an impact I'm sure he'll make. But yeah, definitely a big loss as the campaign gets underway. And you know, Ben, if you are watching, obviously, we wish you all the best in your recovery as well. Okay, who's going to be the key player for Tigers 2 this season?
Um, I reckon Ollie Hunt, to be honest, because
Okay, yeah.
um, I mean, I used to watch Tigers play every now and again when I was younger, but now we've been going constantly since around 2021, I think.
Mhm.
And um, when we started going to the D2 games, um, I think he, I think he was probably one of my favourite players, and he
Mhm.
still is now, to be honest. Um, and I think when he's on the ice, I think he's amazing.
Yeah, he's put up some really strong numbers over the past couple of seasons, and of course,
Yeah,
must stress that he's the captain as well, a role that he's kept with as the team have moved up a league as well. So yeah, he's like to be a pretty crucial player, I would expect as
yeah.
the season unfolds. So that's the key player. Who's going to be the most underrated player, or who is the most underrated player?
Um, I'm not too sure with that one, but um, I think, like in my opinion, the most like one of the underrated players might could be Paul Davis, because I mean
Hmm.
I know I think I've seen some like it on Facebook and stuff that he is like a fan favorite and stuff, but
Yeah,
um, I mean he went from playing to playing from playing for Huskies to playing um like competitive hockey,
yeah.
and um I do reckon he's quite a good player, to be honest.
Mhm.
But also he's also quite a strong player as well. So,
Good shout. Good shout. Yeah, be interesting to see what kind of numbers he can put up when he does take that step up. Okay. Again, I'm going to think about players who are no longer at Tigers too. If there's one player who's still playing, but you'd love to see put back on that jersey one more time or for one more season, who would it be?
um, probably Brandon Anderton,
Okay. Yeah.
because I can't remember what season he left, but when he was playing for Tigers, I thought he was a brilliant player and stuff. So um, like I'd love to see him play for Tigers again, and like hoping he will um one season.
Yeah. Certainly be great to have him back into the mix, into the fold. Okay. Final question about the Tigers. We've already said, they're moving up a league. This season, where are Tigers 2 going to finish?
Um, well, because we're in a higher league, I think it could it could be a lot tougher for him to
Mhm.
win the league. But um, I mean, I'd love to see him win the league again this season. But if we don't, I reckon maybe second or third.
Second or third. Definitely keep our fingers crossed for that. I think that would be an incredibly successful season, making the jump up and doing that. Let's keep those fingers crossed and come on, Tigers 2. We know what you're capable of, so let's go and prove it on the ice. Just want to think a little bit now about the league in sort of some more general terms. Who do you think the best signing in the North One League has been over the summer?
Uh, well, because we've gone up a league, I'm not too
Mhm.
sure on what all like the teams are at the minute.
Yeah.
Um, so I haven't been too sure which players have signed where and stuff.
Mhm. Okay.
But um, yeah, sorry.
No, no, all fine, all fine. It's part of the, I think it's part of the joys of moving up a league actually is sort of
Yeah,
discovering the new teams, new players,
yeah, that,
and the like. So yeah, no, that'll definitely be
mm,
interesting. I mean, I kind of think Finley Howe's dropping down a league.
yeah,
A player who's certainly for the past couple of seasons been putting up over a point a game in the National League,
yeah,
playing in North One. He's got to be up there as amongst the strongest
yeah.
signings, I would have thought. Potentially already answered this with predicting a top three finish for the Tigers too, but which team is going to be the biggest surprise in the league and why?
Uh, Again, I have seen like a couple of the teams who were in the same league, but I'm not too familiar with all of them. Um, but again, I would love to see Tigers win.
Yep. Please, please, please. That'd be wonderful. I think to jump up a league and win the league again would be an incredibly powerful showing for hockey in Telford, quite simply. Well, I think that kind of answers the next question then in terms of who wins the league. Obviously, we're keeping our fingers crossed, but we'll see what happens. Um, so, who wins the league is always the big question. The other big question going into the start of the season is which teams aren't going to make the playoffs. So, I don't know if you've got any thoughts about that, or again, with it being a new league, if still not sort of too confident to make any predictions about who doesn't make those playoffs.
Um, I'm not too sure to be honest. I mean, I know because aren't like Coventry not and Nottingham in the same league?
Yes, yes, they're both. I think they've got their NIHL sides in
Yeah,
there. Um, so, yeah, they're both in there and will be
yeah,
teams that we'll play against, I believe.
yeah. 'Cause, so I reckon maybe Nottingham might just miss out,
Okay.
maybe, but um, but like with Coventry, I do think like um, I think they might have a chance at um qualifying for the playoffs, and then
Yeah. Just thinking, I think actually Tigers 2 played Coventry last season, so I think Coventry are in North 2 and Nottingham, I think, have got a team
oh
both
yeah,
North 1 and North
yeah,
2. So yeah, we'll see what happens there with the Lions 1, I believe they're
yeah.
called. Final question about the league. Who's going to be the leading point scorer? So dust has settled at the end. Who's going to be top of that particular table there?
Um, well, I think if we sign, I think if we sign Luca,
Mhm.
um, I think he could possibly be one of the highest goal scorers.
Yeah,
Um, or maybe Taylor Stanton.
two good shouts there, I think. Yeah, I mean, considering Luca was going along at sort of a goal a game at national level again, and I know last season he was putting up some silly numbers in the games that he played. But yeah, you'd fancy if he does sign, he's going to get a goal or two at North One level. Okay, final couple of questions. Complete fantasy world now. One NHL player you could sign for Tigers too. Any NHL player. Who's it going to be?
Well, I'm not too sure with that one because
Okay.
I don't follow the NHL
Mhm.
teams too much, but um, I mean, I would love to go and see one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm not too sure on like the players with um, yeah, the players who are in the NHL.
Okay. Cool. Final question then. This one's a bit more about you, I guess. So, if you could play, what position would you want to play, and what number would you want to have on your back?
Um, if I played ice hockey, I think I'd probably want to be a netminder
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
probably yeah, I'm probably 30 because that's the number of one of my favourite players. So.
Good solid shout. Not many people say a netminder. Any particular reasoning as to why being a netminder? To, just look good or yeah, well, I guess what's the reasoning behind it?
Um, well, I mean, when I'm watching the games, I love watching the fights and stuff. So I reckon if I was playing in any other possession, then I reckon I'd probably end up in too many fights.
Brilliant reasoning. And of course, as netminder, you do get to watch them all as well, I guess. So, yeah, I'm liking the theory behind that. That's it. Makes netminding suddenly sound a lot safer than perhaps I originally thought. So, yeah, let's go for that. Cool, lovely. Well, thanks very much for your time, Ashley. Been a pleasure speaking with you, talking about Tigers 2, the league, and a little bit about yourself as well. Don't forget, if you'd like to do as Ashley's done, come and be a guest on an episode of Eye on the Tigers and talk about your team. It's really simple to do. All you've got to do is get in contact, leave me a message, and we can look to get something arranged. But in terms of this episode, I'm out of questions. Any final words to anybody who's watching, Ashley?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Lovely stuff. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll be back again sometime soon. Bye for now.
Bye.